Good evening, everyone. Just hanging out. Everyone wanted a place to come and chat. So where are y'all? That's a good question. Hi, Pappy. How are you this evening? You gonna join me? Everyone made me promise to open a live if that other one wasn't open. She's not open for 2 weeks now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, blueberry pancakes sounds fantastic. That's great. My granddaughter likes chocolate chip waffles. I understand, Pappy. Well, I don't know what to talk about. I think that solar flares affecting more than we think it is. From what people are describing. Oh, there y'all are. Our neck of the woods. Good to see you. Yep, Heather's always got something to talk about. Let me put it in again. I could. Huh. Thank you, Patsy. Yeah, it just went live. Hi, Anna. How are you doing? And there's Robert. Hey, Robert. Is she feeling better now, Robert? I hope so. Hello.
Hi, hon. How you doing?
Hello, hello, hello.
Pretty good. How are y'all?
Pretty good. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about today. I've not been. I don't know.
Not too chattery today.
Hey, Robert.
Well, I mean, I could chatter. I don't know. It's like I don't have the original material, but I'll chatter in response to stuff. That makes any sense.
we don't. We don't have to have material. Did you see the title?
Oops, she did it again. She just didn't decide to come on tonight.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
She's not gonna come on for 2 weeks.
That's what it said. I was like,
Wow.
what? I don't know what's
Hi.
going on.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. How you doing?
Yep.
Hmm. Hi, everybody. Pappy, Anna, Robert. Anybody else we missed? Well, Bonnie's
Yeah.
gonna have a
Yes,
late night
Anna.
this week. Well, I hope she's doing okay.
Do what? Yeah, I do too. I don't know what's going on. She's not even texting like she was. I don't
Did
know if
she
she's
already get hers?
feeling. I
Curious.
not the second. No.
Oh, she already has the first.
Yes.
Tell her don't forget about us.
I did. Yeah. Uh, oh, the way things are going. Mike, Mike had a good show tonight, though. That was pretty informative. I hope everybody got a lot out of it.
Hey, Robert.
Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, take these off. I ain't driving. Who's driving?
Who's driving?
Bonnie's driving.
Bonnie's got the
I'm
whistle.
driving. I don't need my glasses. I'll trust her.
I'm trying. I'm going to have to get a setup somewhere so I'm not sitting outside freezing like you, Robert, because it's raining here and it's cold. I just can't do that.
I got a little
49
heater.
right now.
I got my little heater.
Oh, there you go. Well,
There you go.
that's when I
Test out your
move.
terracotta heater.
Here. Cool.
Yeah.
It's too bright for me. Whoa. I just drove home from town with somebody run my ass and they're tailgating me.
Oh, I hate when people do that.
Yeah, and if I can't get, I gotta get in the rhythm. I gotta know where I'm at when I'm coming home. Or when you got a car that keeps flashing in your eyes and it's like, what's
Yes.
wrong? I go, I can't with the lights flashing. I can't see where I'm at. I can't get in the rhythm. It was a cool ride home though.
It's okay, Dindy. We understand. Have a good evening.
Who's there?
Dindy? Is that Dorinda? I don't know.
Oh, good night, Dorinda. I really liked your painting too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. Now I want to get some acrylics and canvas and try my luck of
Yeah, y'all be
painting
moving to
something.
California pretty soon too, right?
No. No,
Hey,
no.
I was thinking about you, Bonnie. I'll say, tell your brother, hey, I got a friend in Robert in frickin' Vacationville. Right? You do Bounty right, and I'll put him up here. He can come up here for a week if he wants, and he can just chill, do his vacation, not have to worry about motels. He's got to take care of you. That's the deal.
Yeah. Well, he really is doing me a big favor because um my mother has been collecting stuff all her life, and of course when my grandmother passed, she got all her stuff, and so she passed a lot of that to me. So now I'm trying to thin out, and it's hard to when it's from family. You're like, I really hate to get rid of this, but now I'm at the point where is it useful? Is it, is it something that's really sentimental or valuable? And then if it's not any of those things, it's going. I don't need it.
Did you see what Dorinda said to you?
Come paint with me on my Facebook page with the group. Oh, that would be cool. Yes.
Uh-oh,
You'll have to tell me how to look you up on Facebook.
Come on up, Dorinda. You ain't tired.
Yep, then you can put it in private chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no.
It's pouring rain here. Man, it's been coming. It's coming. When it started, it started sprinkling when we were unloading the last of the firewood. And
gosh.
It's just cranked up. Yeah, it's cranking right now.
We started having storms last night, and it's just been going all day today. And tomorrow, I think also we're supposed to have storms. So
there she is.
Poor Laura, taking Athea to school this morning. Laura was wearing a t-shirt and pants, and it was pouring down rain. And I said, "Did you take my umbrella?" No.
We got another. We got another famous artist in the house.
We had snow today, so you guys are lucky.
Oh boy.
Oh goodness.
We had snow the other day too that left about that much snow on the vehicle. I was not happy.
Oh god.
Today, before it hit the ground, it melted, so that's good. Yeah. And my crafting thing on Facebook is Crafty Corners of the Mind. We do crafts, we do painting.
On a live feed?
Yep.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Crafting Corners
of the Mind.
Wow, that's cool. Wish I was on Facebook. I'd check it out, but I'm not. Sorry.
I am, because there are so many good groups.
Oh, I just can't do the Facebook thing. I just can't.
I did the Facebook thing to get to know old friends that went to high school with me before we had our high school reunion a couple years back. Well, 5 years ago. And 10 years ago, maybe? I don't freaking know. And my family nagged me to get on Facebook so that they could talk to me.
Yes, and that's a lot of the reason too.
That's the only reason I ever had a Facebook account, was because my sons asked me to, and then, they don't talk to me really, so I let it go. I don't think I've been on there in 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow.
I have kids from grade school on one.
Me too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, now, I didn't have one until my friends were here from Sweden, And he was like, "You got to have Facebook so we can talk." And so he set it up for me, and then I went nuts. That's where all my pictures are. My mother got on it, so we have family pictures from 100 years ago in there that I need to figure out how to save them somewhere else so we don't lose them.
What's the matter,
Download
Ed?
them onto your computer.
Still feel like going in the rain, do you?
See, and every time I do that, then I lose my computer. It crashes, and
Well, you need
but
to
I
get
guess
an
I could.
external hard drive or some flash drives, and then you can transfer all your pictures and video stuff over onto a little flash drive.
That's true.
You have it.
That's what I
Yeah.
need to do.
I have this kind of flash drive.
Yeah,
It's a
about
big one.
8 years ago, we bought a terabyte hard drive. We have all our pictures on it, and we've been through how many computers now?
Yeah.
But we have them all on that hard drive. So, yeah,
Millions
it's a
and
big
millions and
save.
millions of baby
All her
pictures.
baby pictures, all through her birthing, everything, all since we met, pretty much.
I have all my
Terabyte.
crafting stuff.
Yeah, 1 terabyte's what I bought. You can get them now down at Walmart, even if it's
You can get them really
for
cheap
the,
now
for the
too.
Xbox. They're like $100. You can take that and you can actually plug that into your computer, and you can just format it to the computer, and then bam, you have a terabyte hard drive.
All right, I will have to get one of those. They're $100.
Yeah, I think ours was what? Yeah, roughly something close to that. About $100 for a 1 terabyte Xbox hard drive, and it's just
I guess
Bluetooth.
that's
It's all
not
powered
bad.
with Bluetooth. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Oh, ouch.
Okay.
Hey, Anna, I got sick of getting put in Facebook jail.
Did you say something about a reading, Robert?
I think I could do that.
Put him on the spot.
Well, he knows he can always say no to me,
I'm ready.
and I would never be offended by that. Why? I hope you know that.
Happy's having some issues with his internet because of the solar.
So are we. We're getting kicked out of everything. So when we get kicked out, we'll
Yeah.
reload. We'll come back in. Just bear with us.
I'll just keep clicking on you.
Isn't that crazy? And he's over there on the East Coast, and we're in the Heartland, and we're both getting it. Are you guys getting any down there?
Yeah,
I felt
Robert,
it.
you
I'm
getting
not
any?
noticing any.
Me and Edge felt it, huh, buddy? But our
Oh,
computer's
yeah.
okay. Our phone's okay. Yes. Mama's
Yeah,
a little
but
goofy.
it's not
We're doing
affecting
good.
my phone or computer or anything.
Good boy. Good boy. You got a treat in town, huh?
It kicked us out so bad the computer disconnected from the signal and everything.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
That's what
Yeah,
keeps
the only
happening.
time that happens is when Tatum's going to bed and she hits my internet cable. And
Oh,
then
we use our
y'all
hotspots
just
on
have
our
to wait
phone.
patiently and listen. Okay.
I don't have nothing for you, son. What do you want? All I have is love. There you go. There you go.
Happy said he just had blueberry pancakes, and I was like, oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah. That's our.
This is a terabyte hard drive for Xbox. It's all
For
the bigger
Xbox?
edition. It's for an Xbox.
Mine's not for Xbox, but it's a pretty big one too, I think.
Anna,
Right.
how come you're not on panel?
the thing that's nice about them is the fact that you can still it's USB and this is power and connection to your computer all in one.
Yeah.
So when you plug it in, it powers up
Okay.
and you can format it to the computer. You don't have to have it for an Xbox. Just Xbox makes them for the Xbox. But
Right.
and that's what I bought it for was the Xbox. But if I wanted to, I could take this and format it to the computer, and it only takes maybe 15 minutes, and then I can start transferring pictures, music, videos, whatever PDFs, whatever I want.
And I have a lot of
Cool.
PDFs.
Yeah. So
are you a gamer, Jeff?
yeah, a long time ago I pretty much when once Raina was born, we kind of went away from gaming. We both I gamed for a while. Oh,
It took me a while to learn how to walk a character.
I've been gaming since '92.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's not much good, yeah.
and
My youngest
haven't gamed in
my youngest
10
daughter.
years since Raina was born. So
That's good. My youngest daughter's all into that. And so she gets on the game and she talks to people all over the world. And I said, see, you're not doing much different than I am.
yeah, exactly. It's just you're not gaming. You're just talking news and events and. It's just
Yeah.
Marina used to have this little boy from Turkey that she talked to, and he was
awesome.
He was teaching us
Turkey.
Turkish, and we got as far as merhaba patates. Hello, potatoes.
You sound like me. Yep.
But yeah,
Excuse me. I do the same thing,
Absolutely.
Pappy. Solitaire on my computer.
Yep.
There he is.
One time my daughter talked me into playing with her. It was
With the
oh,
Seagate.
what is it
Here, we'll
called?
put the name in the chat for her.
here I am.
Oh, it was Grand Theft Auto. She talked me into playing that with her.
Well,
Well, driving a car with a little bitty button is a lot different. And when I ran over the bench full of little elderly people and blood was spraying everywhere, I said, okay, I'm done.
And we're froze up again.
she froze up. Can you hear us? Oh, okay.
Yes.
We're losing signal, or what's going on here?
Everything just stopped.
Everything's like freezing up on us.
I can hear y'all. Deandra, you hear him?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not all digitized, are we?
Nope.
Okay.
No, you sound good.
Did you hear the rain here or not?
So this is November. So I guess y'all's winter is here, huh? Dorinda,
Yeah.
you already
Well, I don't know if
know.
it's here or if it's just kind of messing with our brains. So
I know, right?
Uh,
It's been. She's right because it's been a little weird. It was all the way up until Monday. Our evenings have been and nights have been 54 and high 40s, 48.
ours
And then-
was 30 the other night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then come Monday, it went from that to 35, and it's been 25 last night. It's supposed to be 25 tonight, 25 tomorrow night, and 25 Saturday night. And then it only comes up a little
Wow.
bit, like into the 30s next week. 35 at night, 34, real low, and it's all of a sudden it's not gradual like it usually is.
yeah, it was kind of sudden here. Like our high tomorrow is 52, low 47. And then Monday, high 80, low 61. We go back to normal. crazy.
Normal.
But it always seems colder when it's raining.
You know,
Yes, it does.
I usually don't have like location envy or anything like that, but every once in a while, I kind of wish I could grow all year round, like grow vegetables, all year round, vegetables and fruits and things that require a longer period for growth.
Yes.
That's why, Pappy, because they've been V'd. And the V lowers your immune system.
Yeah, that's why
Oh no.
I was asking about Gigi if she was okay, or if she'd gotten it, because I just wanted to make sure she was okay and not have problems.
How's your mom, though, Pappy?
That's unfortunate.
Hey, North Carolina girl. How are you?
Hello, North Carolina girl.
Yeah, I'd like to know how his mother is too.
He hasn't answered yet.
You know, and that's my friend that has gone all weird. Uh, she messaged me and she said, "Why didn't you tell me that my youngest daughter had COVID? Because she would have gone and taken care of her." Because she thinks that because she's been on vacation that she can just go around anybody and be fine. And she works in a home, and she doesn't realize that she can carry it back to the home that she's working in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You just can't get it through their heads. Well, thank you, North Carolina girl. Prayers for you too if you need it. It's raining here too.
Hey, Bonnie, wasn't it you that was talking about you? And I think it was you and Brenda. One night we were talking about uh, water dreams, and you guys were having dreams about water, right? Muddy water and clear water.
Wasn't
Was that
me.
you? Maybe it was Anna.
No, I don't remember that either.
He's eating
Oh,
popcorn.
I'm sorry about your aunt, Pappy.
Oh, much love, Happy.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry.
It's never easy when we lose those we love.
She was in the same place.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Big hugs,
And
Papa Poppy. Papa Pappy.
he's got a long bloodline. That's the way my kids that are a couple of them are in their 40s, late 30s, a couple of them. And people keep asking them, "Your grandparents are still alive?" And they're like, "Well, yeah." And um, they're surprised. I guess it's unusual to. I know I had my grandmother until 2008. So
Wow.
I was lucky.
Very lucky.
My grandmother died in June of 1993. My stepfather died the same year in August, and my son was born in January. My youngest
Oh
son.
my goodness. Wow.
But
Yeah.
I am stepping down because I am so tired. I am going to go to bed.
Yeah, I
So see you
understand.
guys all
See you.
tomorrow.
Okay, have a good
I'll
night.
look for you on Facebook. Thank you.
I'm going to
Sweet
die
dreams,
in bed.
darling.
Out cold. Good night.
No, she gone.
Okay, I
No,
pulled
I was going
weasel.
through.
I
Go ahead.
pulled the weasel card.
Ooh.
Weasel.
Yep.
I'm gonna mute.
Interesting.
I want Tatum to come and hear this.
I'm gonna mute too.
Weasel, weasel, weasel. Who's in the hen house now? If I were to ask you, you'd say it was the cow. Weasel has an incredible amount of energy and ingenuity, yet it is a difficult power totem to have. It is not without significance that ermine or weasel pelt is worn by the royalty. Weasel ears hear what is really being said. This is a great ability. Weasel's eyes see beneath the surface of a situation to know the many ramifications of an event. This too is a rare gift. The chief sent Weasel to the enemy camp to smoke them for power. What are the medicines of the enemy? The chief asked Weasel upon its return. Weasel never failed to give an accurate account of the enemy's numbers, strengths, and weaknesses. It was Weasel who cheerfully told the original people of the coming of the white boat people. These brothers have strange new medicines, said Weasel. They will tell us that to live the way we do is wrong. They will confuse us with their talking bark. They have stolen thunder from the Sky Father and placed it in their weapons. They have no respect for the animal brothers and sisters, and they make their thunder speak to the animals and kill them. They will make the thunder speak to us also. Their numbers are too many to count, and these white brothers will steal everything from us but our spirits. The great dark shadow of the ravenous bird of death has fallen over the people. Weasel fur changes colors with the season. Silent Weasel has many lessons to teach you. Weasel could confound Weasel could confound great spirits, pick great spirits' pockets, and then leave great spirits contemplating the divine navel. If this is your personal medicine, your powers of observation are keen. You seem to be saying, "Leave me alone, and I will do the same for you." You might even look you might even look a bit guilty at times due to what you know from observing life. You may be a loner, hiding yourself away from others, or perhaps even a recluse. You are a powerful ally to have in any organization, since you can see what the competition is
Wow.
doing.
We've been getting a
People,
lot of that kind of medicine, haven't we? Different
people, people
weasel,
may
possum.
people may make a great mistake in sizing you up, since they do not immediately see your powers. If the first time they try to outsmart you, they will soon learn that your intelligence is greater than their own. Look to Weasel Power to tell you the hidden reasons behind anything. Some people are put off by Weasel medicine, talent, and abilities, but there are no bad medicines. We all have power, or we would not be here to heal Mother Earth. Perhaps if you have Weasel Power, you could use your secret gifts for the good of all. Observe who or what needs attention or a solution, and offer your assistance in your own quiet and discreet way. Cool. Wow.
Don't think I'm a
Wow.
weasel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Maybe I think the lesson of weasel in this is more of the listening and discernment than it is of the the other traits that we tend to associate weasels with.
Yep. You all have your talents.
Robert, North Carolina girl.
Oh, that's medicine cards.
I've never even seen your deck, and I love your deck already.
Poppy has the old version. I got the new version. I think.
I've never heard of those. That's why I wanted Tatum to hear it, because she said, "Are those tarot cards?" And I said, "No, it's
no.
like
That's where you look to buy them, because that's where they. That's where I mean, if
yeah,
you
it's
look for tarot cards, you'd find medicine cards there, even though
oh
they're not
really?
tarot cards, they're medicine cards, but they're classified that way.
Well, they don't tell the future.
No.
They give you insight. They're just simply a tool, just like everything else. Your Bible is a tool.
It doesn't tell the future.
Yes.
All the things that we have those are at our disposal as a tool to help us navigate this life.
As long as you're doing it for good.
That's why I get frustrated sometimes when people say stuff about folks that read cards and whatnot, and it's like, yeah, it's a way to tap into the gifts that you already have that you just don't realize you have.
True.
This thing comes from the people who study the Dogon tribe. They were visited by our neighbors, let's say. Our neighboring brothers. They knew about major star systems before man ever did. Modern man, I should say. Very. That's a very cool tribe to read about.
Yeah, it is. Hey, so I've been going through some of my old books today, and I found some of these poems and things that I wrote down that like really touched me over the years, and I would write them down. And I got this one little saying in here, and I just thought I wanted to share it with you guys. You want to hear it? All right. So anyway, I'm going to share it with you anyway.
Can't hear you. Fucking rain and semis going by us.
All right. I wanted to share something that I had written down years and years ago in one of my books. I would come across certain poems and quotes and things like that would had an effect, like a profound effect on me at that point in my life. And some of them are kind of timeless. Like, I've got one here that I just came across, and I thought it was very fitting. And it's a quote from Carl Jung. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes.
Awesome. What we've been talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, you don't understand this book. Let's see, what's the year? 2001.
Wow.
That's how long I've had this book.
Wow.
Got a bunch of stuff. Lately I've been drawn to go back and look over some of my old writings. Matter of fact, I was showing Robert last night one of the things I used to study. I was so into the these natural healing aspects, all these different things that I was learning and discovering, that like when I'd come across a book that somebody would let me borrow, I wrote down the whole book. I copied literally the entire book by hand.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I wanted to have it as a reference. And I still have it. Handwritten.
I can't imagine that.
Well, I used to dedicate quite a bit of time to my studies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I found this always been one of my favorite poems. You want me to read you one of my favorite poems?
Sure. Did you write it?
No, William Ernest Henley wrote it, and it's called Invictus. And I'm sure some of you at least have heard it, right? Invictus? No? Okay.
No.
Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horrors of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Cool.
I like that.
Yeah, that one I pretty much have memorized. But just so I didn't, but I always mess up like the second and third verse. So I read it from the book this time because when I try to quote it, I mess it up. Yeah, I used to just sit and write down and collect stuff like that. Like if I come across something that really, really seemed profound to me, seemed like it had truly lasted the test of time, I would write it down in this book. And it's full of little things like that. And funny stuff too.
And okay, I've done the same thing. And so I have little spiral notebooks all over the place with all this stuff in it. And I'm thinking, I really need to combine this all into one because there's a lot of useless stuff in those spirals too.
You know, I got something to say about that because all these many years, I've, if somebody asked me to describe myself, I'm just like, well, I'm a collector of useless information. But we're in this time period now where none of the information that I have collected has been useless.
Well,
it's all been useful. And it's weird because I've always thought that these little nuggets and tidbits of information that I collect and file away in my brain are useless. And I've got like, hey, do you know why they knock on wood? I do, but it turns out that a lot of this information is not useless right now. So maybe that's why I've been storing it away all this time. You never know, Bonnie. Could be the same thing.
Maybe. So answer the question, why do we knock on wood?
Okay, we knock on wood because back in the medieval times, in the 12th and 13th century, I believe is where it started. It could have started earlier and only been recorded then, but they would, if you said something that was offensive to the gnomes, fairies, house elves, wherever you lived, depended on what lore you believed, right? But the little spirits that would help your household and keep peace in your household, you didn't want to offend them. So if you had said something that offended them or that you thought might offend them, you would knock on wood to let them know that that was no infringement on them. It was no insult to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought it was so that whatever you just said wouldn't come true.
Well, there's that, but that was later. That came later. And now everybody does that. You know why they say bless you when you sneeze?
No.
They bless you because they used to believe that when you sneezed, your spirit left your body. They knew even back then that you were unconscious when you sneezed. They didn't need medical science to tell them that. They knew that, and they felt like they had to bless you quickly to keep your spirit tethered to your body. Are you unconscious? What's that? Okay. Yeah, you're unconscious when you sneeze because of the power.
Well, of course I hate them. Poor
You wanna
Tatum
hear
stays
something?
unconscious. Because when she starts sneezing, she cannot quit.
Rita's like that. If she sneezes once, she's sneezing 7 times. And I'm like, just blow your nose. Your nose is telling you it wants to get rid of something. That's what a sneeze is. Your nose saying there's foreign matter here. Get it out.
Yeah.
So you guys want
I
something
remember
funny?
in school, this boy used to stick Kleenex in his nose to make himself sneeze.
Wow. You know, my favorite card is, Anna? It's the spider.
Really?
Yeah, because it tells the story of how when the two-leggeds started walking, spider web would weave in his web, and that's how they learned the alphabet and learned to speak.
Ha!
It's an awesome story.
That is. I would love to hear that sometime.
I like this.
So you guys want something to giggle about?
What you got?
Okay, it's a poem, but it always brought a smile to my face. And it's called Embrace, and it's written by Billy Collins. It says, you know the parlor trick? Wrap your arms around your own torso, and from the back it looks like someone is embracing you. Her hands tearing at your shirt, fingernails teasing your neck. From the front, it's another story. You never look so utterly alone. With your crossed elbows and screwy grin, you could be waiting for a tailor to fit you for a straitjacket. One that would hold you really tight.
Oh my goodness.
I used to get a kick out reading that. That thing always brings joy to my face. I tell you what.
At least you'd have something hugging you, right?
My next door neighbor
I've
friend.
been called crazy a lot, so.
My next door neighbor friend, he did that all the time.
Isn't that funny, though? I
What?
mean, it's just how you think of it, right?
Yep.
Paints a little picture in your head.
He always did that. I was like, come on, dude.
Anna Marie, that talk is not allowed.
What?
We are all made the way we're supposed to be made.
I guess that's true. That's
We'll make conscious decisions how to treat our vessel, right? I mean, look at us. We're all a bunch of smokers sitting around talking, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not really, and I drink coffee like from the time I open my eyes to the time I shut my eyes. So I already know that's not healthy for me. I'm not treating my vessel right, but my spirit still glows, darn it.
Yeah.
Well, Fluffy is way better than Jiggly because
Yeah.
Raina says I'm Jiggly. She tells me about all my Jiggly parts sometimes.
Oh goodness.
You know, I can only giggle because I don't want her. Like, I remember my mom having a very, very poor self-image when I was a kid, and it affected my self-image, and I didn't want that to happen with her. So I learned how to laugh at myself. My daughter taught me how to laugh at myself.
Oh, and you know what? You know what the best thing I learned when I moved out here is? I mean, I'm like Anna. I'm from Wisconsin, man. Right? We work our ass off, so we don't really exercise like California people. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym and all that shit.
Right.
The best thing you can get for your body is a exercise ball. That's it.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
If you walk a little bit, and then do 20 minutes in the morning on your ball and 20 minutes at night on your ball, you're going to be in better shape than anybody you know. That's freaky, man. It works. I did it.
Well, we got to totally get her one of them for Christmas.
Yep. You just sit on it and wiggle. And then once you get used to you're balancing on the ball, you roll the ball on your lower back, lay back, and you kind of like swim, do the backstroke swimming. Once you get that, you feel your stomach getting stronger. then you can start adding weights in your hand until you get 10 pounds in each hand, whatever is your limit.
There.
And man, I don't know what it does. It does something to your core body. And then
it strengthens your core.
Yep.
And then once your core is strengthened, it starts to grow outward. So
it's like swimming. When you go swimming, you start using muscles that you normally don't use.
Those are those core muscles.
And those are those. Yep.
Just sitting on the ball will strengthen your side movement because you're keeping your balance. Just jiggle back and forth. You don't have to do it. There's nothing. There's nothing fancy. You know what I mean? Really, there's nothing fancy to it.
Right. And be gentle with yourself and have fun at the same time.
Yeah. Just
every time you fall on your butt, just be thankful you still got padding.
Yep.
Bada boom. Because I know I'm gonna fall on my butt a lot.
No, you don't get crazy. You don't get all crazy. You just sit there and just keep your balance for the first 3-4 days. Because you don't want to get
slow. Exactly. If I have a giant ball to play on, I'm going to play. If it's made for adults and it's like a giant beach ball, I'm going to play on it.
Where can we get those?
Heather's not going to do anything halfway.
Nope.
But
I'm going all out. I'm going to be so sore the next day that my hip will be dislocated and my husband will have to cook dinner and everything. But I'll be like, man, that was so much fun. I'm going to do that again as soon as I can walk.
Yeah, right.
I got
but
two new ones. I'm gonna start using them.
You look at the old paintings, like way back. Women were not toothpick skinny.
Oh heck no!
And I truly believe real men kind of like a bigger woman.
Let me say it like this, because a lot of when you look into history, you will find that the women that were desirable had hips and breast, and not because men were all breast crazy. I mean, maybe they were. Maybe it was about that, but it was meant you had good childbearing hips and you could provide for your children with your milk. That was kind of the symbolizing of that. And we as women have been so programmed by society, and it was intentional, right? That if you don't have the perfect Barbie body, but nobody has a perfect Barbie body. Not even Barbie's perfect anymore. The only thing that's perfect about Barbie is that she can take her joints off when they hurt and set them on a shelf and then put them back on when they don't hurt no more. But seriously, I mean, they've done that to us, right? And to some extent, it's got to the male psyche, but not to the extent that it has gotten to the female psyche. And like,
exactly.
There's no reason for women to dye their hair. I know a lot of women do because, well, it's the push for look younger, stay looking young. Mm-hmm. And that's still that paint your surface. Don't let, that's still that surface thing. That makeup and jewelry and adorn yourself and be something that you're not, right? That's that looking at the cover rather than the content. So I think we may be coming into an age where we're breaking free from that, because that has been a huge part of slavery. They've kept us focused on our physical bodies so much so that we have tuned out of the spiritual. You have to wear your Sunday best, and you have to do this and you have to do that, right?
That's the only good thing I can see coming out of the past 2 years is that you couldn't go to the beauty shop. You couldn't go and do these things, and you were stuck at home a lot. And so you put on a few pounds and it's all good though. It's like nobody cares anymore.
You had to sit and get comfortable with yourself.
Exactly. And so I think that's why I felt so uncomfortable Halloween night. It was like I was embarrassed about it because it was that wasn't me
Hey, I hear what you're
anymore.
saying. I hear what you're
It
supposed to
used
saying.
to be.
Hey, but let me tell you, Sally was hot. I just joking.
See, and then
It was,
I then it goes through my mind, and Bonnie's not. So
Bonnie
yeah,
doesn't have to be hot because
Bonnie's hot just the way you are, man.
Bonnie is beautiful,
You
and
could be.
beautiful. I don't care who you are. Beautiful means a lot more
Yeah,
than
yeah,
hot.
yeah.
Hot goes away. Hot can turn cold, but beauty doesn't fade.
I was just joking.
We know it,
it's
man. We know it.
okay.
But that's something
You're just a
that's something
medium.
else they've done with our language, right? That's something else they've done with our language.
Oh yeah, everything twisted.
And we
Yeah.
take away what true beauty is when we do that. And me, I've never given two craps about the contraptions of life, and I don't care who likes it or doesn't.
That's
Yeah. And
I've had two skinny
what
wives.
Anna
And
Marie's saying about the jewelry.
I'll tell you, Corinne's not skinny.
I'm sorry, Robert.
I've had two skinny ex-wives, and that's not what I was looking for. I was just looking for the person. And then I met Corinne.
Right on.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean,
What Anna's saying about jewelry. I like jewelry that is like, how do you explain it? It means something. I
Symbolic.
love, yes, I love the rawhide with little things on it, whether they're little silver feathers or it's. That's why I really, really like she was saying the silver Native American jewelry. Yes, I love that. The turquoise, the Black Hills gold.
I love Black Hills Gold. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's,
I'm
what,
gonna
I
have to
forgot
run
all
the ring
about
on
that.
it.
I wonder if I still have it. My ex-husband, he went to fight a forest fire in Idaho or somewhere. I can't remember where he was, but he brought me back a Black Hills gold ring that shocked me to death because he just never did that. But I told him I didn't want another T-shirt.
Yeah, I don't want another T-shirt that says I visited so and so visited such and such, and I got.
That's weird. Every fire that they did, somebody made T-shirts for that fire. And so he would bring me and the two girls each a T-shirt back from that fire. So we had all these fire T-shirts, and they didn't mean anything to us. And of course, he brought him back one too. And so that's what I was like. Why don't you let me make a quilt out of these
There you go.
for you? And nope, he wouldn't let me.
That's when you use all the ones that brought you.
That's what I should have done. I should have told the girls, keep those, even though you don't like them.
We'll use the backs for rags, but the fronts will stay for the quilt. Or whichever end's printed.
Yes.
No.
That'd have made a good gift for him.
Yeah, he wouldn't have appreciated it though. He don't. If it's not cars, trucks, tractors, buses.
Oh, hey, can I say something real quick? Hi, Lisa and North Carolina girl. I didn't rate what I was reading to you guys. Those were written by other people. I did give credit where credit's due, but those are some of my favorite. I've got Shakespeare quotes and poems and sonnets and I got all kinds of stuff. I used to really love reading through the old English poet books, poetry and authors, and the older the century, the older the speak, the better I liked it. The more I understood it. It was weird.
But writing it down, that's why you remember it.
Yeah. Invictus, though, that's always been like my poem. Ever since the first time I read it, it struck such a deep chord in me that it just stayed with me.
Yeah.
You think I laid back and what are you gonna do, huh? Bobby wants some love.
I used to write songs and stuff. I got some of them in these notebooks too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I did that
I'd be
too.
singing any of them anymore. I've ruined my vocal cords.
Some poems. Most of my poems are heartbreaks.
Right? Nothing quite inspires like that, does it? But in my worst times, when I would be when I would find myself feeling broken or feeling anger like most people probably have never felt, but just well up inside me and start bubbling out. I wouldn't talk to anybody, but I'd grab my sketch pad, and every time I would just start like digging lines into the paper, right? And I would never try to picture anything or draw anything. I would just scribble these lines, and every time I felt like that, one of two pictures would come out of me, and it was either a self-portrait of my hand that was holding the paper, or it was a sleeping dragon. Every time, if I felt broken, it was my hand that would come out. I would do it, and I have no idea why, but for like at least 5 years, I did a lot of self-portraits of my hand. It's just my hand, you know. And then if I was really really angry, this I would always sleeping dragons would come out, and it was just weird. But yeah.
Pappy. Most people are poets and don't know.
Wow.
No, and I've seen some, and they look spectacular. I don't know that I could do that, but I'd probably burn up the whole paper. I'm a good fire starter. Ask my husband.
I can do that.
Hi, Lisa.
That paper burning.
Yeah, there's this paper burning art, and some of these people are you would not believe these fantastic. They'll burn the paper into the shape of a maple leaf, and then there's this intricate little burned in picture in the like it. They're gorgeous. I'm not sure that that's my medium. Like I said, I'd probably burn the entire paper.
Right.
Well, that one's not a go. We'll call this ash.
I can't hear the rain.
Yeah, we can hear it.
It's so steady. Wow.
Yeah.
Dorinda's given us. We probably got snow coming. I hope not, but I've heard that.
Man, it's just coming up. I think it's been going since 5 o'clock. Let's see.
Wow.
Yeah. 5 o'clock.
I'll,
7, 8.
I'll stick with the rain instead of the snow.
Oh,
It's 8 o'clock for you right now, isn't it? 10 after 8.
Pyro bones.
3 hours now.
Oh, you guys are crazy. That's great.
No wonder Robert's such a night owl. I forget that he's hours ahead.
Yeah.
Or behind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to bed, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get dinner."
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, we're up late.
Yeah. I'm all tired and shit. Hell, it's only 10 o'clock.
Makes
Oh,
it really nice
Pappy.
for you that you're able to actually stay
Love
up late.
you.
Yeah, I stay up till 2 with the group that's
Love
on
you,
the other
Pappy.
on the East
That's
Coast.
great.
I love our campfire group.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Campfire Crusaders. I'm just kidding. My daughter had me watching
Yeah.
some cartoons with her earlier.
I have to have Pappy tell me the story of the Potawatomi Nation. That's their name. They're called the Keepers of the Fire. I'd like to know the story behind that.
Ah.
Keepers of the Fire.
In Greek mythology, there's a goddess of the hearth, and she is the smallest, most unnoticed deity of all the deities in the mythos. Nobody pays her any attention, and yet she keeps the sacred fire of the gods lit so that man will have love in their hearts. That is the whole purpose of the sacred fire of the gods. And her job is simply to tend that hearth, and everybody ignores her, but she is the most important, even though she is the least valued.
Yep.
Isn't that the way it usually is?
Isn't it? Well, it goes to show the importance of tending your inner fire, keeping the flame lit. You know, not letting the harsh winds
True.
of life blow that out, or the rain snuff it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes work.
Anna's got it. Yeah, Anna, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you go to the Potawatomi reservation and you go to the medical center and they have a wood figure and he's sitting before the fire and it's the keeper of the fire. It's cool. It
I
is
would
awesome.
love to know that too.
Awesome piece. Man. Awesome. It's in Crandon, just outside of Crandon.
I would be interested. Does anybody know if any of the indigenous peoples of the Americas have any stories with dragons, leviathans, winged serpents, feathered serpents, any of that? Do you guys, anybody know?
Quasimodo. What do you call it? Kukulkan.
Quetzalcoatl?
Kukulkan.
That's, yeah, okay.
That's where the feathers come from.
South
Mayan, right?
South America?
Mayan.
I know the South American tribes all have stories about either winged serpents or feathered serpents.
Yep, that's Kukulkan, feathered serpent. Had the rainbow in his feathers.
And the Aboriginals of Australia revere the rainbow serpent. They revere the rainbow serpent.
And what's it? See, I get the two Mayans and the Incas. I get them mixed up. I think they're different timelines, right?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
You don't want to get me going on that.
I know, man. I know. That's too deep. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think.
That and the
I think
location.
they were a little bit different area too. I don't think they overlaid in the same area. The Incans and the Mayans.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like I don't know. Yeah, it's timelines or locations. I can't. But I've researched that too. That's why I can't remember. That was a while ago.
Yeah, so crazy.
I
I think there are other. I'm not sure, so don't quote me. But I want to say there's a Russian lore of a firekeeper as well, or a. I think the Russian lore kind of goes in line with the Norse mythologies where there's not so much a hearth keeper as there is a forge keeper, and they would keep the forge fires lit.
Happiness
Aren't
fell
the
off.
Eskimos native, but
Give me a
of
break.
Russian descent also, or
Could be.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Well, the Elsa story actually originated as Russian folklore, and they called her not the Ice Princess. And that was not the original name. It was this child. She was different. She had bluish skin and powers of ice, and she was an orphan. And these kindly people who could not have who could not have children took her in and raised her and loved her as their own. And it's nothing like the Elsa story, but the Elsa story is built off of the original concept of that story. But it's a really old story.
You know what's weird? When that movie came out, Laura her hair was just white, and Shannon's is red. And I said, oh, look at that. There's my two girls. And but I remember the first time we were even talking about that tonight, because Athea loves watching Elsa always. And I said Anna, and she goes, no, it's Anna. And I said, I'm so sorry. I got it wrong. But we were talking about that, and I said, yeah, that one scene, it was a tearjerker for me, and I said, seems to me like Laura cried too. And Laura said, yes, the first time I watched it, and I think I did.
Yeah.
Whenever she's blocking Anna out of the bedroom and go away, and she's trying her hardest to get her to come out,
I still
because
cry about
that is Shannon and Laura totally. Because Shannon was always trying to get Laura to do things with her, and so then Laura starts feeling guilty, and I'm having to do the patchwork. No, y'all are just two opposites. That's all it is. It's night and day. That's the way me and my sister are. My sister has black hair, and she's tall, and um, she's pretty good size. She's her skin tone, everything. We are just night and day, and nobody believed we're sisters.
I never had a sister, so I didn't really have that problem.
Me neither.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't. She doesn't have anything to do with me, but that's okay. She's a half sister. My brother's a half brother.
I just got a half little sister. I had to help her out today. Or I was able to help her out.
That's good.
This her one of our, he's like a family friend. He got real sick. He's a strong guy. And everybody's hounding him, to take the vacation. And he got sick. And then he went to the hospital. They gave him 4 shots in the belly. And sent him away.
No.
And sent him home. And
Did he?
He's just a hardworking dude. He didn't know if it was antibodies or antibiotics. So
Wow.
And my sister's into the elder home care stuff. She's a coordinator, right, with all the nurses. So that's her job. no one really knew, right? And then I asked somebody that we all know, and they're like, that's a drug that thins your blood so you don't get blood clots. And so I was like, I was able to pass that on right back, and the message got right back. They got right to me, and then I got right back to my sister, and it was perfect. She's like, "Wow, is that
Wow.
fast?" Yeah, I didn't think I'd get a response so fast. That was amazing. So, and I said,
Yeah, I've only heard of that with rabies.
it's. I told her, I tried, you have to explain to people. She's still learning all this stuff. You have to. I told her, I said, you can be as strong as a cow and a horse, like her husband, like I said, like Chad is, and everybody else that you guys know, the hunting guys, the hunting crew. Y'all are strong fellas,
Yeah.
man. But the fear and the worry and the confusion and the delusion will make you sick. I don't care how strong you are. I said, factual,
Yeah.
all facts out there. I'm half of what I used to be, but I don't worry or I keep my chakra open. I don't, you can't get distracted. Otherwise, that's going to hurt you. You're going to get sick. And that's what these people are doing. People are
Yep.
so freaking scared. They're going to die like my mom did from worrying about shit. You can't worry about everything. That's why I like you, Bonnie. You remind me of my mom. It's just, if we can keep you from worrying, man, that saves your life. I'm not kidding you. My mom died
Yeah,
early.
I'm a great warrior.
Worried. Got to take care of everybody. Just slow
Yes.
down, man.
Mother to all, but
You
I can
can't.
be a warrior too.
Yep. What do they say? See, you should read that little kids cartoon I got. Opening your chakras. It's like a job. You know, you can't worry. You can't have sorrow. You have to let that stuff go and go within yourself. Through your heart, it comes out. It's a trip. It really is. But I feel, I have good immune system. I have no worries. I have no fear. And I've been exposed to thousands of people, so I ain't got it. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yeah.
Corlin just came home. She said she just was with some dudes that had it. They just got over it. See, I'm fine. We've been exposed to it. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get it. This is a
Well,
mind bender.
that's when my friend got it. I was with her the day before she started running a fever, and I didn't get it. And then when Tatum got it, she was here in the house till she tested positive, and then she went to stay with her mother, and I didn't get it.
See, it's
So
weird.
I don't know.
It's weird, man. Holy crap.
It is weird.
Yeah. That's crazy. I know Pappy, man. I've never seen this in my entire life. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. You too, huh, Bonnie? We're the same age.
What?
This is the craziest
Yes.
shit I've ever seen in my whole life.
Oh, I
This is-
know.
Oh, we're gonna lose America. I'm sorry. It's gone. The hell you talking about gonna? It ain't nothing like I
Yes.
know it is. What the hell? Wow. It's too late, man. It's gone. What the hell? So if it's gone, we need to just rebuild the whole thing. The hell with it. Keep our
Yes.
Constitution, keep our Bill of Rights, and build from there. This
Yep.
is beyond stupid, really. I don't believe it's happening.
I know what.
I can't wrap my head around
Everyone's all excited about the voting, and I'm thinking, what's it going to do? Really and truly, what's it going to do?
it. And wasn't that you that said today something about Yeah, they need to limit these people that are in Congress and everything. Can you imagine if
Yes.
them pieces of shit actually did what they were supposed to do, represent the people of the United States? You know, we'd be getting shit
Yes.
done. Trump was by himself and he did it. You know,
Yep.
he's getting it
And
done
there
by
doesn't
himself.
need to be that many of them. How many do we have? Isn't there like 300 in there?
Yeah, I think
Representatives?
100,
350?
100 represents 2 for each state, and then I don't know, congressmen. 350 of them or some shit.
There's a lot. And there's no reason for that.
Yeah.
Is there?
No, they ain't doing nothing anyway. None of them are. If you're getting stuff done, imagine. Imagine we wouldn't be where we are right now.
No.
That's for sure. It right. So that means it's a freaking disaster. we
Yeah.
ain't making no money. We're losing money. That's a bad business deal.
In chat, I saw somebody say the one thing they can never take away from you is your land. That's not true.
I know.
How did
not
they?
true.
Strange. It is so strange.
I wonder how they came up with that.
Really.
They probably just
And
wanted
that's
to
I
be
had
so.
seen, well, yeah, that'd be nice. And I had seen one guy say that he said, "Quit paying your taxes." And I asked him, "You tell me how you do that." And he never answered. And somebody else said, "You don't, Bonnie. You have to pay your taxes." And I said,
And then he kept
"I know
saying
it'll
something.
happen if I don't."
Did you see the chat starting to get wound up? And I
Come
finally
on.
got to use I finally used my words, Jeff and Heather. I said, "Dude, what's they say? Think, please sit on your hands a while, right?" If I were
I
you,
saw that.
yeah, if I were you, please be respectful, dude. I could feel chat was
Yeah.
starting to grow and growl. You know what I mean? Could feel it.
Yes.
Like, no, boy, it's enough. That is it.
I
We'll
saw
get these.
somebody ask, "How come you're not uh, saying something about MP in Dallas?" And I started to say, because we don't badmouth other channels or anybody here.
Right.
And then I was like, no, I better not say that. So I just let it go. But I figured Tracy would handle it if she wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, some people get really disrespectful. I mean, I was glad Andy came on there and was explaining things.
Yeah.
A lot of people are ungrateful for the little things.
Yeah, it is. North Carolina girl has that right.
Yeah, we really do got to start being thankful for the small things. And
Yeah.
I remember when we were all growing up, we knew the difference between a want and a need. And people nowadays have become so complacent and so comfortable with the world being handed to them that they don't understand that
Yes.
there is a difference.
Yes.
Plus, see, this drug issue is out of hand too, man. I don't see.
Yes, it is.
Go out in the city and they're gonna give you a syringe, man. No, not in my world, dude. No, you get the hell off that shit. Get the hell off the street. Get the hell off that stuff. Get a job, dude. Unreal.
Yep.
See, it's just another one of those tools that they've used to
Just
round up the sheep, so to speak.
Yeah, keep people down as low as you can go. That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
How much you want to bet Big Gov's behind most of the drug trade too?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh, I know it is.
Because they don't do nothing here. Nothing. I've never seen one cop frisking no person at all. None. Zero.
Really? They're
Zero.
pretty strict here.
None.
That is one thing that they are. You get a heck of a lot longer sentence for drugs here than you do anything else. Murder,
Sure.
anything.
That's true. Unreal. You know, get them off the streets and put them in a freaking, what do you call that? All these goddamn buildings are empty. Put them in there for housing and get them in a goddamn, what do you call them things? Like a technical school. Learn a trade.
Yep. You know, that's what I was thinking about in Austin. The old airport. I don't know if they're using that building for anything, but I know that's a pretty big building to be an airport. You divide it off and there you go.
Teach things, get your GED, frickin' get your life back together. Have an automotive shop where the people donate junky cars, have them fix them up. Get you a car, you work enough hours, you put your time in, you know, earn yourself cars. Shit like that, you know. A reward program. Instead of fucking giving you a syringe.
I think Pappy's got the right of it. The whole culture needs anima.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Unreal. It's unreal.
yeah.
It's out of
I had
control.
put on my Facebook about Elon Musk moving to Austin and moving Tesla to Austin from California.
Yeah.
And then showed a picture of the charging stations right by our gas pumps at our grocery store. And so it's taken up a pretty good chunk of the parking lot. And so, yeah, we were kind of upset about it. And I had put that on Facebook. You would not believe the comments. And so I said, okay, I guess what I don't understand here is we are a ranching community of 1,500 people. Why would we need these 10 or 15, however many chargers, Tesla chargers, in one of our parking lots?
Yeah, really.
And so the argument is, we'll face it, it's time for us to grow and da 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 da. And it's no. Then you got all these mom and pop businesses that are going to be run out of business because you want all these. One of the girls was, please bring us a Chick-fil-A. Really? A Chick-fil-A? I don't get it. I'm just sitting there like, can't fry your own chicken?
Right? It's convenience. It's the convenience of it all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, don't get us wrong, it is more good chicken sandwiches, but still, you know, they're
I never had one.
they're decent.
I never have either.
They actually a lot better than going like to Wendy's or McDonald's or the real chicken, but still, they're a little expensive. That's the other part. You can take a family, just even two people, and you will spend almost $22 to $25 if you got, you know, the fries and the drinks and going all the way. And that's two people. It's just silly. But anyhow,
Where you could buy 2 or 3 meals with that.
yeah, take it home and cook them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, I'm totally against takeout, and man, these girls are so hooked on takeout. They had pizza tonight from the local station that makes pizzas.
That ain't cheap no more either.
No.
Wow.
No,
Pizza. That's expensive nowadays.
Man, you used to be able to get a pizza. Well,
Yeah.
back when I was a kid, you get a couple pizzas for like
I sure
less than $5. That came with pepperoni on it.
I do like.
Automatic.
Hey, I
Mhm.
do like Papa Murphy's once in a while. You take it home and cook it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They some do that here in Ohio. But you have to let them know.
Yeah, you have to order it
You
that
just got to
way.
order it that way.
Thanks for
You know.
coming by, North Carolina girl.
All right. See you in North Carolina, girl. No, I did not. I only had that what was left from yesterday.
Like North Carolina girl. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Anna Marie, you're having trouble with your internet too. Dang Huh.
I bet you they don't have no trouble asking for their money, though, do they?
No. Yeah, one of my kids, something happened with their phone. I think they couldn't get calls or something for 3 weeks. Oh, but they still wanted that monthly bill money.
Oh yeah, don't they?
Yeah.
What do you
I tried to
want?
argue that with Verizon. Why would I pay for service that I did not have?
What are you
They
doing?
didn't give a crap.
Did it
They
get,
just said, "Well,
yeah.
you can't get anything else until you pay this bill."
Oh,
I had
yeah?
no service.
Watch this.
Yeah. It's all about money.
Yeah, they're crooked. It's all in the
And
fine print.
that's and if people would have listened tonight, what are you gonna do when there's no money?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna barter.
All right. Behave yourself.
A
Behave
couple
now.
of them got that, but
Well, I mean, really, that's all you're going to be able to do. Because
yeah,
if it comes down to the way these people are thinking, I don't think it's going to. But if it comes down to the point of no food and everybody having to trade for food and all this good stuff, I don't know a whole lot of people who are going to take food out of their family's mouth for gold or silver. You better have something else valuable,
Mm-hmm.
a different kind of value, not in a bad
Yeah.
way. Just
Having gold, but I'll tell you,
you can't eat gold.
stock up. Here's a good one. Stock up on a little bit of extra cocoa powder or salt or things that people may need.
right.
Well, hey, I got extra sugar over here. Oh, really? They may not have had a cake in months. Oh, we're going to take you up on that deal. Or
Yes.
miss having sugar in their coffee. But that's really looking at it the so far to where it's that bad. I don't know yet. I think we're too far along in our society to be that far.
I think people snap before it gets too shitty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do something.
yeah. Something will get done.
Yeah.
This is.
I really don't
there
think it'll get that far.
He was a scholar, and I don't know his name, but we were watching him the one day, and he even said, he goes, this is one of the times where he goes, in my opinion, because after an hour listening to him on how, history and biblical and all the scenarios that come into play, and he goes, in my opinion, he goes, funny to say, but he goes, Trump's right. This is one of the most pivotal times in America. Because if you think about how everything has happened, we're in the technology, but the cyber age. And we're able to communicate amongst us on this type of a platform.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to make moves that they couldn't make moves before. Our population is grand compared to what it was. There's so many scenarios that are in it, and he says, I don't think it's going to get that bad. It's going to go down, but it's not going to go down in that type of manner. But he says, but do I know? No, I don't know. But the idea behind it, if you think about it, in the comparison of how all these things have happened throughout generations of history, and yeah, I can see where he's getting with the type of technology we have today. I think it's going to be movement, and things will be taken care of. It'll be kind of like Robert said, it's going to get kind of choppy for a minute, but we'll bounce right back.
Here's the other thing. Even if it starts getting bad, y'all need to start listening to the elders, because they have memories of hard times and understand a lot more of those ways to get through it,
Yes.
than a lot of us do.
And that's what I said in chat tonight, that think about the Great Depression and try to live that way.
Mm-hmm.
Your food will go far.
Yes.
I think it was Love Pugs that said she saw a video on somebody going into a Kirkland's grocery store, and the beef was all like 100 inch. I thought,
Wow.
What
y'all
was
ought to let that stuff sit and rot on that grocery store shelf for taking advantage of you. For shame.
the beef was what?
Over $100 per package.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, we still got land full of cows
Down here that are,
everywhere.
and
Oh, so do we.
stores aren't that expensive. This is just 50 miles up the road.
She's not even that far from us.
Yeah.
She's
40
just in a city.
It's 43 miles up the road, and you're in Canton, Ohio.
Oh my goodness. Well, we got
And
our
everything's fine down here.
sales ad today. So a boneless ribeye is $8.99 a pound. That's ridiculous.
That's what?
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Oh, it cut out. I didn't hear you. Wow. $8.99 a pound for what did you say it was, a ribeye?
Yeah. You can get a bone-in pork steak for $1.89 a pound. What else do we got?
Let's see here.
Country style pork ribs, $2.29 a pound. Seasoned chicken thighs or drumsticks, $1.19 a pound.
You must live in a really decent area, because I think you were telling us about prices the other day too on bread and milk and whatnot down there. And
Yes.
we were like, we're sitting in a place where they literally make all of this stuff that you were talking about, and we're paying like upwards of $2 for a loaf. We're not paying that, but other people are.
What are your pork loin chops going for per pound? Bone in.
Pork loin chops?
Yeah, bone in.
Bone-in pork steak is $1.89 a pound.
That's
I
a
don't-
shorter cut.
That's a shoulder cut. Yeah, these are the loin chops, pork loin.
They don't have that on here this time.
All right. Spare
Pork
ribs.
ribs, pork sausage.
Oh, you said pork sausage? Hold on a minute here. I'll go back to my other picture here.
Country style pork ribs. We got $2.29 a pound.
Is that the back rib?
If it's you said country style, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Country
backward.
pork.
We're $5.89 a pound.
Wow.
But it's field grazed. It's not
Yeah, it's not store
industrial wise.
yeah.
It's all raised on the farm.
Right. And that's our grass-fed flat iron steak is $5.99 for 8 ounces.
A beef loin T-bone steak is $12.59. Well, says it's a pound and 4 ounces, and it says that's not right. $1.04 a pound.
Yep.
Yeah, $1.04 a pound, and this T-bone steak is 12.59 pounds. I think no,
That's
not right.
That's not right.
Anyhow, this bone itself, it's about an inch
It's
thick.
1 pound. It's 1.04 pounds at $12.59 a pound.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. This came
Yeah,
$13.09.
I don't see where you come up with $100. Unless it's a big ass pack. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, there are places that are exploiting this so-called food crisis.
$100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, our beef loin, the filet mignon, that we get, I get the whole loin. This round, when we got it was $189. Normally, we pay about $97, so it was up quite a bit.
Yeah. I know
Sorry, go ahead.
at the beginning of the year, brisket is a real big thing in Texas.
Yeah.
We barbecue brisket a lot. And it got to where it was about $75, $75 to $100 for a brisket, where we were used to paying about $40.
$7 a pound for
Fuck your heads, dogs.
Wow.
It's crazy out here.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous now.
Wow, dude.
North Carolina is beautiful. When I lived in North Carolina, I lived in the northeastern tip.
Okay.
Northwestern tip. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Right inside of North Carolina, Conover, Hickory, around the racetrack.
Conover, that was.
It had a lot of red clay.
East, isn't it?
That's more south of Raleigh. So I think you were southern area.
I was. I don't know.
Red clay.
We'd have to ask North Carolina girl. She's already gone to bed.
That was some kind of hurricane. That was like a baby tornado, huh?
Lessa, where's Conover at? That's where I used to live in North Carolina. I lived in Conover.
I know where Conover, Wisconsin is.
Oh, Pilot Mountain.
Oh, awesome.
My grandpa took us there one time.
Is it off?
Hey, what happened to Robert?
Did he drop out?
Uh-oh.
He'll come back.
Yeah. But this is why you need to be growing your vegetables.
Yep.
All those meat prices are all good because we got cows all over the place too. But where did I see it? Like pears. Pears are $1.29 a pound. Cucumbers are $2 for $1. So that's pretty good. But
yeah, well, it's in season now, right?
Yeah. So there is abundance. Yeah.
But romaine lettuce, $3.49 a pound.
Lettuce should
Sorry.
never cost anybody that much. Gosh, it germinates in less than 10 days.
Yeah, it should never be over $1.
Each.
You know how to
$3.49. Sorry.
you know how to regrow your vegetables from your kitchen scraps?
Yes,
Okay,
you've been doing that.
awesome.
Well, the watermelons aren't too bad. They're $3.98 each. But lemons, 4 for $1, where we used to get them 10 for $1.
Wow, but still, $4 for $1 is not bad because
Yeah, it's
everywhere else
expensive
around
up
the
here.
country, lemons and grapefruit and oranges, oh my, they have shot up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's making homemade, good stuff.
Sorry, Robert. Didn't see you there. So looking at the fire. Oh, there he went again.
Oh no.
He, my brother, just not even a month and a half, did a lemonade stand, and the box of lemons was $45, and he says, "I know I'll never pay over 30."
Wow.
And there's over 100 lemons in that box.
Yeah, and that's at our grocery store, our local grocery store. It's not a big chain store. So if we go to HEB, their prices are always even better than our local grocer.
Oh, right on.
But they're like 30
They're a
minutes
chain.
away. Yes. HEB is the best. It's the best place to work. It's the best place to shop. And anytime there's a disaster, HEB trucks are rolling with
Oh, that's
water,
cool.
food, whatever those people need. Those trucks are heading to get there.
That's awesome.
It's okay, Robert. Come on back out here.
Yeah, and they treat their employees good, like family. They're very family oriented. It's a good company.
Well, that's kind of cool. It's not a Walmart.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, because HEB stands for Henry E. Butt, and that was his last name, Butt.
Seems like that's where I'd be putting my money.
Robert just said the link's too far up to see. Would you mind? You want to drop it real quick?
Oh, yes, of course.
Wrong button twice.
Yeah.
Pears.
The rain did it to him.
Do you know how
Yeah, it's always
nutritious pears
What's
are?
that?
Pears are full of nutrients.
Oh yeah.
I think they're one of the most nutritious fruits. One of them.
Yeah. There are so many. Did you know that if you... There he is.
Got him.
Easy now.
Don't go hit no buttons.
Keep my hands back. If you click that little done button over there, it'll shut right off.
Yeah, it sure will, won't it? I learned that the first time when I was on my phone because it does that on the phone. It says done.
Oh.
But now for me, when I do it, it says you want to end the stream, so I actually have to close the window.
Oh yeah.
To leave. I literally close the whole window to leave off my phone, or I end the whole entire stream. Now for him, but it says that it says end.
Hey, I want to thank all of you guys
Leave.
for coming up and rescuing me today. By the way.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, no problem.
That was a good show.
Yep.
Good
They
episode.
turn out so interesting, don't they?
Yes.
When you don't go in with a plan, they turn out so great.
You're not feeling so good just earlier, Dana?
Oh yeah. Huh?
I was in knocking on the wood and I heard her say goodbye and you like just got in. I was like, wait, she's leaving already? Usually she still hangs around.
Anna?
Things to do. Yeah, Anna. Yeah.
Well, we do come on at daytime when people have stuff to get done.
Yeah. Well, I know. I'm just giving her a rough time.
She
She
said
wants to announce to everybody that she was going to go get popcorn and still hasn't offered anybody any.
Anyway, enough for the whole class, lady.
Fruit. Getting everybody all riled up for food again.
It always turns to food, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a comfort in that, though.
Yeah.
Yes. She said she was having some internet problems.
Oh, I missed that. Really? Well, that's not good.
I figured my dog out, hey.
Kicked the telephone company in the butt. What did he do?
He still thinks he's a baby. That's all there is to it.
Well, your baby. Not just your buddy.
I keep telling them, man, you're not little no more. God.
They don't have any concept of size. Dogs never have any concept of size. That's why a Chihuahua wants to take on a full-grown timber wolf any day of the week, despite the fact that one chomp and he's done, right?
Yep. Yeah. That's my little Bella. She's about 8 inches tall, and she's horrible with other dogs.
Going on 8 feet, right?
Yes. I took her to a training even, and she got kicked out of class because she was trying to attack all the other dogs. I was like,
that's what I have. I have small dog attitude. I used to have a T-shirt that had a Chihuahua on the back of it, flexing a little muscle, right? And it said,
"Good night, Pappy. Thank you for coming."
Good night, Pappy.
Love you.
Oh, all right.
Good night, Pappy.
You're done.
Yeah, he just put Beach Boys in my head now. Good vibrations.
We're all talking about good vibrations.
I don't remember what I said. Oh yeah, I had that T-shirt and it had a little Chihuahua on the back, flexing a little muscle. It said, "It's not the size of the dog in the fight; it's the size of the fight in the dog." And that's because dogs literally do not know how big they are.
No, man.
His dog Fievel that he had when we started dating. You guys have seen him. He's the black pooch with the
yeah, he's that one.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture. Anyway, his mama was a purebred Dalmatian. Daddy was a purebred Timberwolf, and he was a good sized dog. Well, Jeff's mom used to have this little Pomeranian, and everything that she had for Tessie was Tessie's size, right? And Fievel would try to lay on Tessie's bed.
And he's as big as your shepherd, Robert.
No. It was always so dang cute though, because it was just, and he would climb up in Jeff's lap like he was a little lap puppy, and my lap. And he just acted like he was the size of a Chihuahua.
And he knew how to do it too.
He so
knew
gentle.
how to sit in your lap. He didn't just get up in your, and you're like, oh, hold on, you got to situate. He would climb up and situate himself and rest just right. And he would do it without putting all the pressure on you. That's how good this dog was. He was a smart one.
Yep.
He knew when the cheese was out. He knew what you were doing. He knew specific crinkles and all the plastics. I'll put it this way. He knows how to open a door. He knows how to turn the knob on the door and open it.
Oh my
and
goodness.
he knew about sliding doors too, because there were more than once that he'd come out of that sliding.
He could open them. He was a stinker, and he was my dog. I mean, it was a group of puppies, and actually he was my best friend's dog. And I came back, and when I came back, he decided he was sleeping with me. And Craig even said it then. He's like, you know what? He goes, he's yours. He goes, go ahead and take him back. And have him. He obviously he's your dog. I was like, okay. And then we had the rest of the time after it was about 3 years after that, and I had him until he was about almost 16.
Dang.
It's such a good boy.
I had to put him down. He was losing his bowels when he was getting up. He couldn't hold, he was a good dog, but when he'd go to get up, he'd lose his bowels. And I just couldn't let him go through that and stuff.
That happened to mine too.
I took
I
him
know
for
it's
a walk.
hard.
I took him for a walk one day in the town that we lived in. And I would take him down to the railroad tracks and take off his leash because he excellent dog. He was, I never had to worry about him not listening. And we'd walk down the railroad tracks. And I'm coming back home from the railroad tracks with him one day, and one of the neighbors had their pit bull outside and it broke its rope. And it come charging out in the street at us. And I put Fievel behind me. He just stood there. He didn't do anything. And that dog reached the not even like maybe 7 feet from me. And he slipped his collar and just put that dog down on the ground. It was
here's the best part.
Slick, quick, and quiet.
The best part is she didn't even tell you this part yet. She didn't even feel him come out of the collar.
Wow.
That's how good this dog is. He was so good. You could be walking him. That's how, honestly, it's kind of due from training, but you could go out for a walk with him. He'd wait at the front door, get this collar, get the leash on. You go anywhere you go. He knew when he had to wear a leash, and he knew when he could be off the leash. But that day when she had him and he knew he had to have the leash, he came right back to her right after it was all said and done.
He put that dog down he put this pit bull, this charging, rampaging pit bull, down on the ground, right? Didn't break skin or nothing. Didn't fight with it. Just come out from behind me, all quick and silent, and put that dog straight down, right? The owners come out of the house. They're yelling and screaming, and I was like, just chill. I said, he's not hurting him. I said, watch, there won't be blood. He lets the dog up. He backs up. He comes over and he stands in front of me, right? And he looks up at me, and that dog gets up and starts to charge again. He just boom, just like that, lays it down again. I was like, get your dog, because I don't think a third time I'm going to be able to stop him from stopping the threat. I said, just get your dog and hold it. Why is a pit bull loose in town? They weren't even allowed to have it.
Yeah, we were in city. Yeah.
Shall read Anna's comment?
Yeah. I bet that's got to be the cutest dang thing. Maybe not after 16 years, but it is cute.
I don't know. Why is she afraid of her farts?
That is funny.
Well, after
Edge
these
acts
two...
Edge acts like your brother. He farts and then walks away.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
You got a bad
When
gust
these
of
two
wind.
dogs are gone, no more dogs.
Yeah, that's what I said, Bonnie.
Well, I'm...
Bonnie.
I know, Tatum... Tatum wants a puppy so bad, and I keep telling her, no, you don't even take care of these.
Right.
You know,
That's how I got Spike. Oh, Dad, we'll help you take care of it. Oh, all right. No, that's when they started meeting friends and skateboarding. They were never
It's like an
home.
automatic omen for you. You'd say, well, no, we'll take care of it. It's automatic. Oh, all right. But in the back of the mind, you already know I'll be taking care of it.
That's gonna be my dog.
Yeah.
That's how we got my youngest daughters. I was at a friend's. We're sitting outside watching fireworks or just having a barbecue. I don't know what we were doing. Here comes this little white dog, crawls up in my lap and curls up. And I'm like, I have sucker written across my forehead, don't I? So we took it in and cleaned it up. I took it home and put it on Facebook. I said, whoever lost this dog, please come and get it. Nobody would answer. And so Shannon by then had fallen in love with him. And so that's her baby. And he's pure white, like a wire-haired terrier or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's got all these problems. Pure white dogs have this, they get skin issues real easy.
Yes, they do.
So
do.
he's allergic to everything. He gets these hot spots all over him. He's the most expensive dog I've ever owned. Well, and so, but she took him over and she pays for, well, I had to pay for his dog food today. His dog food is $68 a bag.
Yeah, because he's got to have a special kind because of the allergies.
Yes.
And he's got a personality, I bet, like no other dog you've had.
Oh, gosh. If Shannon is ignoring him, he'll come and tell me what he wants. And then I tell Shannon, he wants this or that. And she's all, how do you know? Hey, Anna.
Hi.
And I said,
There she is.
just
Your dog sounds like
listen,
Edge, Bonnie. I was feeding him that $68 a bag dog food too. Plus, I was having to go to the vet and have his blood work done because he was on phenobarbital, just in case he would go into seizures again. No shit, it was
oh, my goodness.
expensive, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when you
Tell ya.
the rescue was supposed to help me, but they didn't help me at all. Oh, you want us to help?
Well,
Never mind. Never mind. We're past that.
That's
now.
what I found out like a year later. We knew who the owners were. Tatum had seen the dog where it lived, and because it had lived next door to my oldest daughter. And I didn't know that. And when she told me that, so then we went to their house and we said, hey, we found your puppy. And they said, no, we didn't want it. That's why it was.
Oh, my goodness. So they just abandoned it?
Yes. And so
like
when I had Wags, they neutered all the dogs. They gave them their shots, did everything. And I told her the story about him, and she said, I wish you would have called us when that happened because that's against the law. And I said, well, I didn't know that, but the people were already gone. It wasn't nothing could be done then.
Right.
Weird.
Well, we were speaking about farts. I'll have to tell you a little thing about. I have to tell you a little thing I used to do, and I sometimes still do to people. If I'm in a store and I see those little whoopee cushions with the sponge them. I'll walk around by
Yes.
people. When I'm with a friend or whoever, I'll sneak around with that, and I'll wait till there's a bunch of people around, and I'll make that thing make noise, and I'll blame it on my friend and take off and go, "Oh my gosh, Wendy, what did you do?"
Raina's really fond of those things too.
I kept doing that, standing behind my friend in a line at a checkout. Oh my gosh. She smacked me and the people at the pharmacy, because it was when she was getting her prescriptions. I was standing behind her and I was making faces, looking at her like while I was doing it, making it look like she was making the noises. And they're back there turning red in the face, and she turns around and looks at me and smacks me. And I held it up and let them know what I did. And they're like, "You two are nuts. We love it when you come in here." I chased her through the store one time with one of those musical birthday cards. It was a huge one, and Judy has a habit of falling down, and it's not her fault. It's part of, she's got metal in her leg, so I pick on her about it once in a while just for shits and giggles, right? It makes her laugh. So I chased her around with this great big musical card that says, "I get knocked down, but I get up again." I'm like, Judy, they have your card. It's your favorite song. She's like, shut up. She's turning all red in the store. We do that stuff to each other, or going down the road and I'll roll down the window and run through with the, having the electric windows. I'll be driving along and I'll roll down the window and go through a water puddle and get her all wet.
No. You sound like my friend Tim.
Wake up!
We would go to San Antonio, and so it's like an hour drive. And coming back, it never failed. I would fall asleep. We had our crab salad and crackers on the way home. Fall asleep. And I'm all, wake me up before we get into town. I don't want anybody to see me sleeping, because your head goes hanging over and your mouth drops open.
Yeah, drool.
Yeah. No, she'd stop at the stoplight when we got into town. I'd wake up and I'd be just hollering.
My kids, they got to that point where they were at the age where they got embarrassed real easy, like, "Mom, I don't want to be around you." So
Yes.
we were going through a store one time, and I saw them coming and just talking and with their friends and everything. So I got all the Tickle Me Elmos going when the Tickle Me Elmo was famous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Going on the shelf, and they were falling all over around them and everything in the whole aisle, because they had a whole aisle of them. And I was like, "Are you kids playing over there again?" Oh, they were so embarrassed.
Yep. I used to do that to my kids. And our store, it plays some pretty good music. It plays like 80s rock or something. And then we'll be going through there and I'm all dancing and singing. And they're like, Mom, stop.
I had a car one time that had bad shocks in it, or needed shock replacement. So if I start like head banging to music or whatever, it would kind of go up and down and bounce a little bit. One time I played some heavy metal rock or whatever, and started head banging at a we were the first in line where it stopped for a train, and there were people behind us with a bunch of cute boys in it around their age. So I turned up my stereo and I started headbanging, and they sunk down in the back seat.
That's so funny.
Yep. Laura used to be really bad when she would go to a quinceañera or a dance or something. I would tell her what time to be outside for me to pick her up. prom, whatever. It didn't matter. High school dance. And so if she wasn't out there at that time, I was like, okay, you done it. So I would go in there and find her, and she'd be out there dancing, and I'd get in front of her and start dancing too. Well, we were leaving in like 5 minutes. At the high school dance, I asked the principal, I said, is it okay if I go over there and embarrass a couple girls? And she said, by all means, go ahead. We got in the middle of their little circle and started dancing. The girls are dragging me out the door. And I'm like, hey, I'm having fun now.
You guys want to stay longer, right?
Yep.
My daughter decided she was old enough to go in the bar one time, and I came in there and I sat down by her and acted like had no issue with her being in the bar, and bought her a drink, and I got a couple of shot glasses, those little plastic ones from the bartender. And I turned around and looked at my daughter with those, you know, how you take like a coin and you put it in your eye and pretend it's a monocle.
Yeah.
I put those 2 shot glasses in my eyeballs, and I turned around and looked at her. Everybody in the bar started laughing. Well, it didn't work out the way I wanted. Everybody wanted to do it. At first, my daughter was embarrassed.
You must have been such a fun mom, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they liked a lot of stuff that I did. They just don't like what I'm doing now, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Tell them to remember you with their inner child.
Yep.
Oh, no,
yeah.
when I got it, if it gets the way we think it's going to get, I'll remind them when I'm changing their diaper. Again.
Yes. Yep.
I shouldn't look at it that way, but you know, it could come to that.
Well, that's weird. Small town, boring. So the kids would be all wanting to go get ice cream or whatever. So we would cruise town. Cruising town was the thing, like from the day they were born.
Yeah, the boulevard.
Yeah. And have the
I want
radio cranked up, and we'd all be singing at the top of our lungs. And
Well, they all thought all their friends thought I was the cool mom because I was the biker that drove my own bike, and I had the hot rods and muscle trucks, muscle cars, and all that stuff. But I was the one that would go if I suspected my kids were somewhere where they shouldn't be. I would break down the door and go in there and then confront their parents in their own house, and I wasn't afraid to do it.
Yep.
Where's my kid? And your kid's gonna find them if they're not here right now.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah, I have several adopted kids that call me their second mom.
Yeah, I can see that.
There was actually one time when my oldest daughter was like 14 years old, a guy took her that just turned 18 had took her on a motorcycle ride without my permission, and my daughter's leg got burnt on the muffler.
Ouch.
And I found
that hurt him more than it hurt her.
I waited for him to take off on his motorcycle, and I ran him down into the ditch on his motorcycle with my car. And I went down and I grabbed him and I said, consider this your fair warning. You ever do that again to a woman's minor daughter without asking if she can go for a ride with you, I won't stop.
Wow, Anna.
How did I know that he got the short end of the stick on that one?
Oh, every time after that, because he worked at a bowling alley, anytime I walked in there, my first drink was free no matter what I wanted. I usually drank soda. So I would get a drink for someone else, order a drink for someone else, and then I'd get my soda.
Getting crazy in the redwoods.
Ooh, coming down.
Getting crazy out here.
You you had a couple tanks, man, you'd have a good 5,000 gallons worth of water by now.
I know.
You'd be set
That's the
for
thing
the
about
year.
me, though, is I'll take the shirt off my back to be good to anybody, but don't do me wrong or do my family wrong, you know? You're going to learn a lesson.
Well, that's kind of the way to be, though. You,
Yeah.
I was the only house that never got their pumpkins smashed.
I bet.
And if you think about how that used to be back when we were young, how that kind of was. If people stuck up for themselves.
And our
Yes.
heart was an open book.
And it was a fist fight.
You
Mhm.
used to
You
say
duked it out when it was over.
Done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who was it? Was it Jeff Riddle or was it Mike that said you used to just be able to go punch a guy in the nose and then you'd be friends for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
If not, you at least had their respect and they left you alone.
Exactly.
Yep.
When I was a kid, though, my brother could always run faster than me, so those naughty things you don't want to say to people of other colors and stuff like that, he'd yell it at them, and I couldn't run as fast, and they'd beat me up. And so my brother would get it, get it for me.
Hey, I'll be right back. This might sound
Alright.
stupid, but I'm gonna make sure my truck windows are up.
That's not stupid.
What's that?
Oh man, I hope they're up. Be right
You
back.
want to
Yes.
hear it crazy? Well, he can hear it when he comes back.
My brother was walking to work one day up in Duluth, Minnesota. He worked at a hospital and he only lived about 4 blocks away. And he stopped at a store to get a bag of Doritos and a sandwich for lunch, and a little gang of punks beat the snot out of my brother for his Doritos. Over Doritos.
Oh my goodness.
And then he walked out of his house and he heard what sounded like a 22 going, and he was walking to the hospital where he worked, and this guy had passed him. As he heard that sound, a guy had passed him on his bicycle going to work at the hospital. My brother knew him, said hi, and by the time my brother walked up there, the guy was laying there dead. He had gotten shot through the back from a 22 just walking to or riding to work.
Wow.
Hey, Victor. How are you?
Vic, my man. I don't know why I like to call you Vic. I don't know where that comes from.
Vic's a cool name.
He's like, call me Victor. You barely know me.
Vic Ferrari.
But no, the other night when we were on with you and I was sitting here yawning, and I was really tired, and I got off and I was like, I'm going to bed early.
Uh-huh.
So I lay down
And being you're wide awake.
yeah, exactly. I closed my eyes and I was wide awake. But anyway, so I lay here and I ended up drifting off. And then a little while later, Jeff comes to bed. And then I feel him getting. I know he's in bed, and so I'm drifting back off to sleep. And all of a sudden,
Something that I don't ever worry about.
something woke me straight up. I was wide awake, and it said, "Go out to the car and get your wallet and bring it in the house." So it was had to have been 3:00 in the morning, 3:30 ish, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm running around outside, running to the car to go get my wallet and bring it in the house.
Now, mind you, we
It was
do live,
adamant.
nobody knows where we live. But
We're way out in nowhere.
Hi, Victor.
Still, I would pay heed to that. Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did. I
It was
I got up and grabbed a flashlight and did it.
Yep.
Because it was just loud and clear. Message received.
It wasn't like, oh, I forgot it out in the car. It was, we knew it was there.
Wow. Victor
Yeah, I had a
said
feeling.
yes. I'm calling Vic.
Okay, but I'll try not to ever do it with a Jersey accent. But every occasionally I might, just for fun. I'm just saying. There's your fair warning.
How do you
But I
put
like
an,
people to let me give them nicknames because then I remember them.
how do you put an accent on Vic?
Let's see.
You got to put other
Wow.
words with it.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yo, Vic, how's you doing?
You guys hear the wind? Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that your grill?
Was that a stop sign that just passed your camera?
It's getting
Duh.
rough.
Hey,
Redwood.
Yeah,
rough out
with
here.
redwood tree. What's going on up there, man?
That's
We
good.
got winds?
It gets windy, man. It gets nasty. Yeah, my truck windows were open 3 or 4 inches.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Something told you to go do it. Did you catch my story? When you said it was a
No.
little crazy to go check it. All right, so the
Yeah.
other night when I was all yawning and I wanted to get off early, and I laid down, I went to bed, and
I think he's blowing away.
I
I was
think
gonna
so.
say.
Batten down the hatches.
The wind's coming in here.
A tumbling Robert he is.
Wow.
Quick, Dorothy, get to the shelter.
I just took a shower.
Did
Didn't move. Jeez.
you save your
That's how you
cigarette?
utilize your environment.
That's great. That's good.
Just grab a bar of soap, walk outside.
You know what? It blows my mind. The wind blows so hard, and these trees are so tall. Yeah, that is weird. Wow.
Well, if one of those redwoods ever start bending, you better run.
Shit. I don't even want to think about that. I love when you come in. As soon as you come to our property, there's a big cluster right to the right of our driveway.
Cool.
Cool.
I should have gone back again.
There's
Let's
nothing to
do
be
a
sorry
video
about. Let's not-
sometime.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You see my video?
Back, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Still
yeah,
good. Still good. You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah.
We
Did
didn't
the
tell
dogs finally
anybody
come
you
back
had to
in
go
yet?
poop.
Did the dogs want back in?
Dogs
I'm
don't
just
even want outside.
Oh,
Yeah,
she said earlier that she'd let the dogs out and they didn't want to come back. So
Who let the dogs out? Lessa. Sorry.
Let the dog go.
That's what I told the girls. I said,
We're
y'all
in
are going
Ohio.
to be taking me to a few places to do some videos. Got to do a video of Lukenbach for y'all. And
Lukenbach, Texas.
yeah. And the ranch, the LBJ Ranch. That's cool.
That is cool.
Maybe one day the zoo. That'll probably be. It's too cold now. I have to wait
Well,
till
you-
spring for that.
You may want to hold off on that. I hear a whole bunch of zoos feed their animals. Why? I have no freaking clue.
yeah,
I think that was for real, just a setup.
Do what
Or
to their
part of
animals?
a test.
Jabber dude,
Oh, no.
all
This
the
is
animals.
this is a totally different zoo than what y'all are used to.
Well,
The
what I'm
animals come to
saying,
you.
yeah. Well, what I'm saying, hun, is
Yeah.
find out if it's one of them places that did do that, because there's a lot of places all over the country, and we have some of those here. We actually have. There's an Amish farm. It's called the Farm at Walnut Creek, and they have giraffes and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. And you just
zebras, camels.
you can walk through, or you can
emus.
take a wagon through, or you can drive through, and the animals go to the car and stuff. I
Yeah.
used to deliver their newspaper.
Hey Robert, I was telling you about that guy that reads all the stories that are sent to him about Sasquatch encounters. I believe his name is Steve Ingold. He's from British Columbia. He's a professional hunting and fishing guide. He does shows and everything. But his channel on YouTube is called factsaboutHowToHunt.com. And he actually just had some police officer send him some video of some that he's on a trip right now, but when he's done with his trip, he's going to try to steady up and clean up the pictures a little bit, and it even shows it covering the camera with leaves.
Wow.
Was it Sasquatch or a Dogman?
Sasquatch.
What's the name of this thing? Facts on what?
Facts about how to hunt.
Okay.
.com. Howtohunt.com is one word. He's also on Rumble, and if you even put in howtohunt.com, I believe, in Google, I think his channel comes up.
What's his name again?
I think his last name's Ingvald. Steve Ingvald.
Robert was just checking to make sure he didn't already know him.
Yeah.
Well, and that guy, Colorado Bigfoot, he puts out some good pictures and shows a lot of the stuff out in Colorado that he comes across that is quite interesting. He doesn't do the stories and everything like Steve does, but I mean, Steve reads stories from people in the military, Native Americans, people all over the world, professionals, scientists, everything.
Cool.
See, every time I say, "Oh my gosh, Robert, we're watching this new guy," blah 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 blah. It don't matter what name I spit out of my mouth. He goes, "Hey, yeah, I know that guy."
Yeah. I did look up the thing about those rings too. That was awesome. I actually came across some other channels as well about it.
Really?
The Atlantis rings?
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Awesome.
Did you check out the one about the stones? Because holy macaroni, man.
Well, when I was on
you can't see me,
Telegram, when I used to have Telegram, I was following a lot of really cool stuff where they were showing these stones with engraving and stuff on them. They were all different shapes and stuff like that, or that they could make lights dim or power up lights. They could make water boil.
Yeah, baby. That's part of that hidden history shit. We had free electricity in ways that people have no flipping idea. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
It's
I can see Heather's face just all lit up like a little kid.
Oh, you know it is. You know it is. I feel like a little kid in the candy store when I talk about stuff like that. Y'all know
I can't even really find where I put it, but I had there was a documentary too on that red-haired giant with his crown and everything that's in slumber.
Yeah.
He's in like a state of slumber or whatever, and it's been like that for years. I think it's in Saudi Arabia.
Excuse me.
We were showing Robert something the other day about these
stasis.
It's called the Medusa Effect. It's on YouTube, and it's like a 5-minute video, but you need to slow it down to at least half speed. And it's called the Medusa Effect.
And you'll have to stop and pause.
And you'll have to stop and pause it.
Yeah.
But it's you'll be amazed.
That's trippy.
Oh yeah,
all over the world.
Well, we had to get Bonnie on a similar page. It's like you know them castles with the fancy moats.
Yes.
Those really weren't moats. They were like that's part of the electrical system of the castle.
And it would
Yeah.
charge the waters, and the waters
Yeah.
would be healing.
Yeah, purified heaving waters. It's a trip. It's a trip.
And those rings, the metals that they're made out of, the combination of certain metals creates a certain energy. If you put on a ring, so it could kill you,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
it could heal you.
Think Lord of the Rings. There's truth in a lot of the stuff that they've told us. They just haven't told us how true it was and how far
But those
back it was
rings are
true.
like made for fingers like as big as my freaking wrist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa, slow down, cowboy.
What do you mean?
Just some
Really
really cool
cool
stuff out
stuff.
there.
Yeah.
So Lisa has a German Shepherd, and so does Victor. That's what I got. That's what Edge is. He's a German Shepherd.
Edge is gorgeous.
So,
He treats me like I'm
You
a
have a
sibling.
service dog, Lisa. Brilliant. How's your service dog trained?
Come on, man. Settle down here.
When I was a kid and we moved to up by
Right.
Alexandria, Minnesota, they had what was called a rune stone, and they had thought that it was the writing on it was from Vikings, and they disproved it, right? But they had moved it from its original site. A farmer had found it in a field when he was plowing, so they moved it to a museum. But then they did a study on it again a few years back and found out it's real.
That doesn't
that-
surprise me at all. They're
No,
Smithsonian hid a whole ton of stuff from us, and they're not the only ones.
Yeah, all these
Well,
museums.
I'll tell you, I spent about a year up by my brother on Lake Superior and spent a lot of time on the North Shore and the South Shore.
There's a city under the water.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, now that I've been watching a lot of these sites like Wise Up and these other sites and stuff like that, a lot more stuff I was looking at.
Is
A lot of
making
the
sense.
things I was looking at really are revealing to me now, and I explained it to my brother, and now my brother's like, wow, didn't even know that's what I was touching, but yeah, there used to be a city there.
Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Pretty cool stuff.
I suppose I better get going. I gotta get a fire going.
All right, stay warm, stay dry. We love you.
Don't blow away.
Love you. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Get warmed up, man.
We'll see you at Heather's tomorrow. Heather's and
Yeah.
Jeff's.
Take care, Robert.
All right. Love you
you.
guys.
Man.
All right.
Love you.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, everybody. And
What are we sitting on?
Yep, that's my big brother. I claimed him.
Oh.
Oh, he can be all of ours then. His extended family.
Yeah, but I got first dibs. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just picking.
You can get the first hug. I just want to feel his beard the first time.
Well, Heather's just not into sharing, is she?
I try to share. I do it every day. I try to.
Victor likes his dogs too.
You know, I'm still feeling a wee bit discombobulated. Like you remember what we were talking about earlier about the energy and just the different.
Oh, we're
I'm still
getting
feeling a
slammed,
little
man.
offish.
Yeah,
Are
we're
you
getting
guys?
slammed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever watch Lee Wheelbarger. He
Maybe.
is putting some stuff out right now about how we're getting slammed with all that stuff, solar flares and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yes. And the Schumann resonance has been off the charts again.
Mm-hmm.
I follow the Schumann resonance as well
Yeah,
because I think it's kind of important.
he's showing it live.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he was showing how your area and up into Canada was really getting hammered yesterday, and tonight I didn't pay
Yeah,
much attention to
the
it.
solar flare.
Yeah, the
Yep.
yeah.
And
It's
you guys
playing.
know our signal's been just terrible.
Oh, ours too. But it's more in your direction. It's worse than it is here.
Yeah, I haven't even been like one day I think I had an apple and a little bit of peanut butter.
Yeah, we weren't even
And then
hungry.
I couldn't eat. And then earlier tonight, yeah, we both did the same thing.
Yeah, we didn't wanna
basically
eat.
tonight either.
I
It
know.
was just like I made dinner, but
She ate more or less just fruit and vegetable plate, and she didn't want to eat much either. She just wanted to eat real light.
it's been very
So good. It's not just me.
No.
yeah, no, it's not at all.
And
So
when I
yeah,
do, I
I've
want to
just
eat
been kind of
light.
like I want to eat something right now. I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. So
Well, I'll tell you, my
in fact,
dogs have been acting really strange too.
Yeah, that's then. Yeah.
yeah, our cats have been running in and out like idiots all dang day. I mean, literally. And they
You
have to
guys
walk
were.
with you, and they have to be up your butt, and they're not really clingy. They usually spend all day outside, and then they come in at night, and they're lovey, and then they pass out. And
You guys were talking about playing those games and stuff like that. Well, I remember when I got my kids oh, what was it called? Super Mario and all that stuff, Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My boyfriend's cat would jump up and smack the TV to try to get Mario.
that sounds like Honey Bunny. She'd do some stuff like that.
Well, I could be sitting on the couch and the cat would come up and snuggle up by me and just be looking at me, and I'd be reading a book or doing whatever, maybe doing some crafts or whatever, and all of a sudden that cat would come up and smack me in the eye. It was watching my eyelashes. So when I would go, it would come up and whop.
Oh,
I'm like, what the heck? Get out of here.
last time a cat smacked me in the eye, it was sick. I caught its cold, and it scratched my cornea, which got infected. And then I had to have a pirate patch and antibiotics because my eye wasn't healing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, it was a little kitten, and I was house sitting, and it had a cold, and I'd caught the cold, so I was laying on the couch all bundled up under blankets, already not feeling well. And this little guy was up by my head, and I looked up, and I no sooner looked up, that claw came down and hit me right on my cornea, scratched my cornea good.
Oh, no.
I did. I ended up with a pirate patch over my eye, and was that before or after I met you? I think it was right before.
Just before I met.
It was like literally a week before I met him.
I had that when I was a little girl and got picked on.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta go up, Peachy. I gotta show you this little face.
Wants to date a pirate.
Peachy.
Hard.
Come here, Peachy.
Yeah, you were just putting. You were getting.
See this one?
Your eyes when we got done.
Can you see her?
Aw. Hi, sweetie.
She's a little old lady too.
Oh, she's a sweetie, looks like.
She's
I bet she's so lovey.
Oh, she is. if she comes up and sits by me, she'll just lean her head over on me and like put her head up against my chest, like, "Will you love me?" Oh, here I thought she wanted to go outside, and she didn't. She just wants to go crawl in my bed. That's what she wants to do.
It's bedtime, Mom. It's bedtime.
Yeah. Pretty quick here. Yeah, my battery's going to be going dead here pretty quick.
What time is it? Are we all
After
hanging?
12.
Yeah, it's almost 1.
11:45 here.
Yeah,
1:45 here.
we're not gonna. We'll go 15 more minutes or so, and
Okay, that sounds good.
Lisa wants to chit chat.
You know, we're gonna all have to get together and camp out together sometime in the future, because then we can all just pass out around the campfire and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa.
She has her mic turned off.
Yep, hang on.
Oh,
There we go.
sorry.
Did that work
Hi.
that time?
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, and it's Lisa. It's just spelt funny. It's with the E instead of an I.
So can I just say it funny if I want to?
Yes,
I'm just picking.
I don't have a
I'm only
problem.
picking. I'm only picking.
I know. I'm used to it because Jeff Riddle used to do the same thing. He used to call me, and so did Craig. And I'm like, guys, it's just Lisa with the E instead of an I.
They are nuts anyway.
Yeah, they're good guys though.
Yep.
Yes, they are. Heather, where are you and Jeff at?
Ohio.
Oh, okay. That's right. I don't know why. I kept drawing a blank. I wrote it in chat asking you because I couldn't remember if that's where you were or not.
We said Ohio.
Oh, I didn't see it. I must have missed it.
Well, we can't chat, but we said it out loud.
We said it out loud.
Oh.
Just didn't hear it. We may have, you know.
I should have probably said, "Hey, Lisa." But you know, it's late night and whatever.
Yeah.
Where are you at, Lisa?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. I knew that.
So
You
I
said
lived
that.
in Conover. That's up by Hickory Raceway.
Yeah, that's I'm wanting to say west of me, but I could be wrong.
I think it's like northwest corner of North Carolina.
Yeah, you're towards. That was more towards the Tennessee side, if I'm not mistaken.
Where's Mayodan?
Huh?
Mayodan?
Mayodan is not that far from me. It's about a 30, maybe 40-minute drive from where I'm at. I've got a couple good friends that live in Mayodan, as a matter of fact.
My aunt used to live in Mayodan, and my mom and my grandfather are buried in Mayodan, and I have yet to see my mother's grave.
Well, if you ever want to come down, you're more than welcome to. I mean, I can take you to Mayodan, and I mean, if you and Jeff don't have nowhere to stay or whatever, you're more than welcome to stay here and go see your mother's grave.
Oh, thank you,
How
sweetheart.
sweet is that?
It's on the list of the things
Wow,
that we
that's
need.
wonderful.
I mean, I don't have
Don't we
nothing
just
huge and
have the
fancy, but
bathroom
it's home.
Well, you know
You
what?
got a fire pit?
Yeah.
You got some grass?
We
We'll bring a tent.
we're not we don't really care what your house looks like. If your heart's beautiful, that's all that
All
matters.
matters.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I had bought my dream home about 8 years ago and had to get rid of it when I took care of my dad when he got real bad off. And that broke my heart. But yeah, what I got now is not what I wanted, but it was suitable to keep him comfortable. So I just made the best of it.
You got
That's
those
right.
memories, and you had that time, and so.
Well,
That's
I've been
probably-
looking after him for the last 20 some years. And he moved in with me, I guess, 6 years ago. I lost him last year, so.
Oh, I lost my dad last year too.
Hey, Nicole. How are you?
Made me an orphan.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Hey,
Yeah.
Nicole.
That was a tough one.
Hey, Nicole.
Do y'all know Nicole?
Nicole, hello. Not
Hello,
personally.
Nicole.
I've seen her name around. Nicole.
I have
Beebe.
too.
I think she was on our show today, wasn't she?
I think she was.
She's always got some really cool links too.
Mhm. And I think I think she was with Hawk like when I started with Hawk
Oh, right on.
way back.
Way back.
Does anybody else have trouble with when he has his prayer streams with buffering, or is it just my internet? I can watch 5 or 10 minutes of it, and then it won't do nothing but buffer.
Oh, I don't have that
Our
problem
signal
with
has
it.
been so terrible for so long now that I couldn't tell you.
I don't have any problem with it.
Me either.
Everything buffers or it kicks us out.
You know, but we live
Well,
out
that's
in
the
the
way it is.
north.
Whenever I go to Hawks, it'll let me watch it and comment for about 5 minutes, and then next thing it's got that the spinning circle of death.
Yes.
Dadgummit.
And then you have to reload it and reboot, and then it'll give you another 5 minutes, and then it'll give you the spinning circle of death again. So
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
having that issue here.
A lot of people tonight have been having trouble with their internet. Pappy couldn't come up because of his, and
Ours been for like the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks now.
And
It's
during
been
certain
doing it,
times,
and
we
it's
have
only
a heck of a time too.
during
mine
certain
takes spells like that too. But I
I
wasn't
was
sure.
having some issues a while back, and I called my carrier for internet, and they had to replace something out in the box. I forget what it was, a filter or something.
Well, they just had to replace the wires on mine not long ago on the outside because a squirrel had chewed on the wire.
Ah,
Oh.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, them little rodents and squirrels and stuff. I don't know what it is, but they really like wiring.
I haven't figured it out either because it was really
It was
weird
the
because I'd
original
never.
gremlins. So the aliens got a hold of them, put fur on them, made them eat nuts.
I don't know.
They said,
y'all.
"Here's your punishment. You will now eat nuts instead of bolts."
Oh my gosh,
That was
that
good,
made me
right?
think of something I gotta tell you. When I was a kid, Grandma and Grandpa had goats, right? My dad was working on a motorcycle, and I was right there, and Grandma called him into the house, and he says, "You can stay right here, Anna Marie, but don't mess with anything." When he came out, he thought that I had done something with all of these bolts and nuts and washers out of this one. It was a great big old lunchbox, right? Just full of them. It wasn't me. I'm like, Daddy, it was the goats. Well, he kind of looked at me kind of funny. Next thing you know, what was there? Laying everywhere around the yard, little.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, they eat everything.
Yes, they do.
But they sure are cute because every time we drive up there, they'd line up right along the backside of Grandma's house, look around the corner at us, and it would be like the small one's head was down low and the next one's was above it, and the next one was above it. You'd almost swear they were standing on each other's back.
They've been known to do that. I've
Yeah.
seen them do that.
Yeah,
Goats
I
are
love goats.
goats are
Someday
fun.
I'd like to have some.
Yeah, move to the country and own a couple goats. Why not?
Well, I've lived in the country for quite a while. And when I was with my ex, we built a house out in the country, and we could have had some, but I didn't want to have animals around him much. She was pretty mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got herder dogs now, and no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Rabbit herders. Ankle biters, man. I love them though. No, I had a hunting dog. He was really cool. Black lab. And when I would go out cross country skiing and he'd get tired, he'd put his feet on my cross country skis and ski right with me. And if I just kept a real steady pace going, he'd put his feet right on the skis and go with me.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was a good dog.
Oh, you guys are making me miss my puppy.
We must have lost Lisa.
Oh no. What? Well, she said her signal's been bad too, so
Yeah.
we get it. It kicked us out earlier, all the way out. I mean, even the computer, even the internet thing on the computer just turned off and everything. It was crazy.
It must be the time of night that a lot of the signal gets sucked up here or something, because every night on Liberty Warrior, it'll start doing that circle. And then it'll come back on, and then it'll do the circle, and it'll come back on. And it's like, so I think by the time I put my comments in there, I'm way off base.
Stop it.
I kid you not. After the show, we always have to restart everything. And then we have, and this been for like I said, the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and that it gets crazy. And then it won't load, things won't load, chat won't load. And it's like, we can't even do our mod job because nothing's working. And then there were a couple nights where nobody saw us when we were chatting. And we kept getting disconnected and reconnected and disconnected and reconnected and disconnected and reconnected. It was like, oh, God.
I hit the wrong button. Trying to get off a chat because one of the dogs wanted to bark. And I was trying to find the mic, and I hit the back button, and it just threw me right on out.
I think Nicole's right about that, too. YouTube is messing with stuff.
Excuse me. It could be. I know there was 2 nights on LW that I couldn't mod either. It was the chat just kept disappearing, and then it would say retry, and I was like, retry what?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Ours didn't even give us a retry. It just said chat disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would say reconnecting. I mean, we're just, and that happened for a couple of days. That's been happening quite a bit here lately.
I mean, it's just not on Liberty Warrior.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of places, like Jeff Riddle, anywhere. It's like almost like we can't even chat. And then there were a couple of nights in Liberty Warrior where I just kept typing the same thing over and over, and nobody could see us.
Huh.
And so it was like, hey, do you see us? And I was like tagging people. Like I tagged you and Tracy and Liz, tagged Robert. I tried to tag a bunch of different people so that I could see if anybody could see us.
Yeah.
And I think it was just our signal, but that's just how crappy it's been lately.
Victor said he gets kicked off at Gigi's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what happens to us there, yeah.
I don't know. I usually don't have a problem, but those 2 nights, that was weird.
That might, and somebody said that might have been YouTube too, because YouTube's been acting really funky lately too. Yeah. YouTube and Gmail. Have you guys been having any trouble with your email accounts?
Sometimes, yes. Somebody emailed me, and they emailed me twice, and one of them, it put it into the promotions.
Uh-huh.
When you usually get it in your regular email. So, of course, I didn't see it because I don't look at the promotions.
Right. Who does?
Yeah.
I think there's
Tracy or
a lot of weird stuff happening.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Well, I think I'm going to head out. I love you all.
Yeah, I'm going to.
We love you too. I think, we'll go ahead and let Bonnie get some rest. Thank you for hosting everyone tonight.
You're welcome.
It's been nice, Bonnie. Thank you.
Thanks for coming
over.
over.
And everybody in chat.
Absolutely.
We love you all.
Yes.
It's nice meeting you, Lisa.
Yeah.
It was nice
And I'm
meeting
still
you
gonna call
too.
you Lessa just to mess
I
with
don't care.
people.
I'm used to it.
I appreciate you coming up, and
I appreciate you
talking.
having me.
Nicole and Victor,
Come up any other time.
have a good evening.
Heck yeah, girl. Start joining us.
Yeah, we just hang out and talk about weird,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
whatever
really
comes to mind.
afternoon.
Kind of like our channel, only late night version.
This
After
is kind of like
hours.
the campfire. Late night
Sit around, chit
campfire.
chat, have some coffee, banter about the day.
See, I'm going to have to find a campfire picture to put as my.
Speaking of the
There
pictures,
you
how do
go.
y'all get the picture on your when you call in on StreamYard?
Okay, well, you can go down and you see your little box. It should have 3 dots, and it'll say, there'll be if you open up the 3 dots, it should say edit audio avatar. And that's where you can change your picture.
God bless you too, Victor.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll have to check
Here, I'll
that
do
out.
that. See that?
Yep.
Night, Vic. You have a good night, yo.
You too. It was nice talking with y'all.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
All right,
Bye-bye.
love you guys. Bye. Love
See
you,
you, John
Bonnie.
boy.
Sweet dreams. Love you, Anna. Love you, everybody out there in YouTube world.
Night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. I told it, Travis. See y'all tomorrow. Love ya.